We don't talk about any other mental health disorder or illness in this manner. I don't come out to people as autistic. I don't come out to people as bipolar. I am autistic. I am a bipolar person. I deal with that shit. Guys, you're all coming out. You're all out of the closet now with your trauma. Well done. I'm so proud of you. Some random thoughts I had on Dissociated the other day, which are that basically the thought is that she teaches her audience that sensible, healthy red flags are in fact green, and at this point she knows what she is doing. The main point of all of this is to explain that Dissociated's content primes a young audience to be manipulated and abused by groomers. She herself is not a groomer or an abuser as far as her content is concerned, but her content is priming people for that sort of stuff. I've seen a lot of people on places like the Reddit and even in this community being like, content's like dangerous. And it's like, why is it dangerous? Why is it this? I think a lot of people reach to the wrong conclusion as to why it's negative. And I think that term of priming is the real reason why. I can't remember if I shared these on stream the other day or not, but it was thoughts over that weird post that I got, weird comment I got. Somebody who commented, friends with a system and new and older system. Catch you later, Lex. It felt weird and gross, that language to me. It felt dehumanizing. They should have said something like, I'm friends with somebody who has DID, or knew a person who struggled with DID, or I knew someone who had grown to manage their DID symptoms. Not, I'm friends with a system. I know an older system. I knew an older system. We don't talk about any other mental health disorder or illness in this manner. We don't see people, like when people say they came out with DID, or when I came out, things like the DID cake. It's not a sexual identity. It's not trans. You don't need DID pride or to come out the closet. I don't come out to people as bipolar. I don't come out to people as autistic or PTS fucking D. I am autistic. I am a bipolar person. I deal with that shit. You know, I'm not mates with a schizo. I'm mates with somebody who happens to have schizophrenia. I'm not mates with a trans. I'm mates with a load of people who happen to be trans. Feels like an attention-seeking misappropriation of another movement's terminologies. You can't live life out with DID. Or you're going to work at Tesco or the office as out with DID. What would that mean? What would it mean to live a life, or actually look like to live a life out with DID? What does that mean? Does that mean everyone around you just has to accept you're going to be constantly like having PTSD fucking flashbacks all day at work? Like what? You don't need to come out with something like that. You need to be honest about mental health conditions with your employment if they are going to affect you there. But you're not a system. You're a person who has trauma, a form of PTSD, and a way of dealing with it. And because even saying I'm friends with someone with trauma would still be a really weird thing to write in a comment. But in regards to the comments that I get on my videos, it can make a bit more sense than just, I'm friends with an older system. Yeah, I didn't know. There are plenty of you in this community where I had zero clue that you were fucking did peeps for 10 plus months of talking to you. 12 plus months. Some of you fucking freaks I had to live with and didn't realize for 3 plus months. You know? You heard me. Like, you don't come out with trauma. You don't come out with bipolar. People come out as being gay because before, and still to this day, the reason why people come out as being gay is because they live their life in the closet, hiding the fact that they're gay, because if they don't, they may not just face societal ostracization, they may not just face personal friend group destruction and removal, they may actually face something much worse. They may face their existence being completely illegal. This is why people still come out as being trans, because in 95% of the world, your existence is probably illegal. That's why people come out as these things. When you get diagnosed with a disorder, you don't have to come out with it. You know that you've got a disorder now. You're not now illegal. You're not now ostracized. You're not now any of that stuff. You don't have to come out as disabled. You have to learn about your disability to help yourself deal with it in your life. What up, Tay-Tay? How you doing? But nobody, you don't, like, exactly, Angie, exactly. And that's why, people hide mental illness. People certainly hide mental illness. I know I have done at work, at workplaces, but I would have never considered it as coming out, revealing my mental illness to my bosses, though, or anything. You know what I mean? I'd have a vulnerable moment, certainly, things like that, but not coming out. Very, very different. It is. This is what I say here. This is what I say. It feels like an attention-seeking misappropriation of another movement's terminologies. You can't live life out with the ID. What, you're going to work at Tesco, the office is out with the ID? What would that mean or look like? What does it ever mean or look like, except in the seemingly offensive online portrayals that we witness? What does living life out with DID mean, except as I say there, with what we've witnessed online? It doesn't... Fuck you, Lex. What we are witnessing here, I feel, is people seeing symptoms of an illness as their personality rather than symptoms of a trauma disorder. One of my random schizo thoughts about all this stuff over the last 3 days. I've got more. Oh, guys, you're all coming out. You're all out of the closet now with your trauma. Well done. I'm so proud of you. And now when your parents deny your trauma, now you can make TikToks and bitch out at them because they're basically denying your sexuality. Pretty much the exact same thing. But no, sorry, it's not pretty much the exact same thing. Sorry, it is the exact same thing because as people like Matt Walsh will teach us, being gay, or Milo Yiannopoulos will teach us, being gay, being trans, all of this just comes from trauma and perversion. So, coming out with trauma is exactly the same. Coming out with DID is exactly the same as coming out as being gay. Because it's all the same. It's all admitting you got diddled as a kid, right? According to Milo Yiannopoulos and the Christian nationalists of this world. Interesting how this stuff always sort of plays into a certain angle, right? Let's get through these rants. Thank you so much for watching, loungers. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe even leave a comment, you fucking arsehole.